name is Christy, and this is my new YouTube channel, House on Willowbrook. So I have been wanting to get this channel up and running for the longest time, but I've just been putting it off, and I figured 2023 was just as good as time as any. So I wanted to start out by sharing, as we go into 2023, my 2 New Year's resolutions. So I've noticed that most people have some really ambitious resolutions. And I have two that some may hear and say, not that ambitious. But then some others may say, oh, that's kind of a lot. So, because to me, I would consider them to be pretty ambitious, I only set two for this year. And they kind of build off, both of them require discipline. And so, because of that, I think that I will establish some other habits in 2023 just naturally because of kind of what all is entailed. The first one that I want to talk about is working out 4 to 5 days a week. So, before COVID hit, before the pandemic hit, I worked out all the time. I worked out almost every day after work. There was a Planet Fitness by where I worked, and so when I got done with my shift, I would change before I went to Planet Fitness, and then I would go across the street to Planet Fitness, and I would work out. I would do like almost an hour-long workout, and a lot of times my husband would be there as well, and so we would kind of like work out together, not always doing the same things, but just like in the same building, so that was always fun. But then everything was shut down because of COVID, and once the gym closed, I never went back. So we canceled our membership. And now I'm in an apartment complex where the gym here is pretty great. Actually, the gym at our old apartment complex was not great, which is why we had gym memberships in the first place. But the one where I live now is actually really decent. So I don't really have an excuse to not go, except my husband works 2 jobs, and so he is typically working at night, and so I have to take care of our toddler. And so if I want to work out, it has to be first thing in the morning before I start work, before I take my son to daycare. So that's like 5 a.m., which is really the reason why I haven't gotten back into working out. Like I said, I feel like I don't really have an excuse just because of the fact that I have a free gym. I mean, I'm paying for it through rent, but it is right there. It is close. So I have no excuse to really not be going, except for the fact that I'm not a morning person. But like I said, this will give me a chance to build some discipline. This being one of my 2 New Year's resolutions. And so I think that by setting this goal, I will get better at waking up early in the mornings, because I am not a morning person. I'm a night owl. I would much rather stay up until like 1 or 2 a.m. But with my job schedule, I just really realistically shouldn't do that. And so having a plan to go to the gym at like 5 or 5:30 in the morning will give me more of a reason to go to bed earlier at night, so that I can prepare to go to the gym the next morning. So those are just my thoughts. I don't have a plan yet for exactly like what types of workouts I'll be doing. Like I'm sure I'll find some kind of plan on Pinterest or an app. If you have any suggestions, please let me know below, because I would love to have some suggestions. I'm not always great at coming up with things on my own, but I can tell you that I typically do the weight machines. Those are what I gravitate toward the most. Those are what I really enjoy. Cardio is not really my thing. I do like to do a little bit of cardio during a workout, almost just as like a warm up to kind of get my blood pumping and just kind of to get myself going. And I think that that's a good way to wake myself up in the morning as well. So that would be the way that I would start out my workout, but that's certainly not like where I would do the majority of the workout. So, yeah, I plan to work out, like I said, 4 to 5 times a week. So that gives me a chance to be off on weekends, or like another day of the week if something goes crazy. Another thing that I want to give myself a little bit of grace. There may be mornings where I wake up a little bit too late to go do a full workout at the gym, but I will have an opportunity to take a walk. So I don't want my walks to be the norm in terms of a daily workout, but I do want to have a chance to do that on days where maybe I'm just feeling like, okay, I just need a change of scenery. So yeah, that is the first New Year's resolution that I have. Like I said, work out 4 to 5 times a week. I also don't want to make excuses for, excuse me, times that I'm traveling. because if I'm going to visit family, I can at least commit to a walk every day. And if I'm going on like a work trip, hotels have gyms. So again, I don't want to find excuses to get out of it, unless I'm just like really sick. So that is goal number one. Goal number two is to read through the Bible in a year. I have been wanting to do this for a long time. I've been a believer of Christ my entire life, and I've never read through the Bible from cover to cover. And so I have been really looking forward to this for the past few months. The thing is, when you decide that you want to do this, there's no better time than the present. So really, I didn't need to put it off until the beginning of the year, but that's what I chose to do because mentally it just seemed fun. And I'm actually okay with it because in this particular case, the study that I'm using, the one that I was going to use, the company that makes it ended up updating it and kind of enhancing it a little bit. So I will show you the study. I'm not going to go into depth about it because I do want to do an entire video on like my plan for reading through the Bible in a year, and show you like the supplies that I'm going to use because I bought an entirely like new Bible for it. I wanted to have a study Bible because I have not had a study Bible since I was, I think, a teen, and that one fell apart, so I don't think I have it anymore. But in my next video, I'm going to show, like I said, everything that I'm planning to use, including that Bible. It's an ESV Women's Study Bible. It's got a ton of great resources in it. And I plan to do like a color-coded highlighting guide, which I'll talk more about in that video as well. But I will show you the study that I'm using. Like I said, just not going to go in depth. So the series is from Daily Grace Co. And, okay, good, it is showing it, not backwards. So this is the Eden to Eternity study. It is 4 books, and it's broken down into 4 volumes, and it's the chronological story of Scripture. So I'm kind of embarrassed to say this because having been a believer my entire life, I feel like I should have known this, but the Bible, if you read it from front to back, is not actually chronologically ordered. I didn't know that until I was looking into this study, and I was like, oh, that's new. It's not new. It's actually thousands of years old. But the point is, I had no idea. So I had always known, like I said, that I wanted to read through the Bible. I just had never gotten to it. And I had never looked into, like, really deep into any of the specific plans for it. So a lot of Bibles in the back actually will have a schedule if you want to read through the Bible in the year. So I've seen that in several different Bibles that I have read through. So if you don't feel like you have to get an entire study for this, this is just what I'm choosing to do. So like I said, this is the Eden to Eternity set from Daily Grace Co. Daily Grace Co. is a great resource for Bible studies. They are beautiful. They have like pictures and just the way that they're laid out. It's like a magazine. I absolutely love these studies. I've done several from Daily Grace Co. They are theologically sound. There's like nothing that I've read in them that has ever been concerning. They're great studies. One thing that I will say, if you are familiar with Daily Grace Co. but did not know this, is they on their website have women's and men's studies, like versions of the different devotionals. I don't know if it's every single study, but a lot of them have the women's and men's option. It's the same content. I actually DM'd their Instagram account once to confirm this. I probably could have found it online, but I DM'd them. It's the exact same study. It just has like different graphics. So if you're a dude and you find yourself really liking these pastels, go for it. If you're a woman and you prefer like the men's version that they made, go for it. So, it's nice that they give you 2 options. Like I said, it's the exact same text, just different graphics and stuff like that. So, I will show you, like I said, not going to go in depth, but I'll at least show you, there's an introduction and timeline, and then there's each day. So here's an entry for one day. Up here, it'll show you what you need to read. It'll have kind of a breakdown of it, and then it will have questions, reflection questions for that day's reading. So, the Eden to Eternity study is actually kind of built on, like it's an enhanced version of the study that they did for the Bible in a year for this year, which was, I believe, the redemption story. And so I had been looking at that series for a while on Daily Grace Go's website. I was planning on getting it when it was on sale, which, by the way, don't ever buy anything full price on their website. You can always find things on sale. They almost always have a sale going. So if there's something that you're wanting, keep it open, like in a tab on your phone, and just like refresh it once a day. Just wait until it goes on sale. So that's what I did with this. This actually was my husband's Christmas gift to me, this study set. But I even told him, I was like, don't buy this full price. Wait until it's on sale, because it's better to wait. Yeah. So I was looking at the Redemption Story study set, and that was what I was planning on getting, because I think it was this past summer that I had decided I wanted to read the Bible in a year. So like I said, it's been a while. I've been sitting on this idea for a while. But I'm glad I didn't, like I said, because this is an updated version, and Daily Grace Co. also has a podcast, and I guess starting, I think, January 2nd, they said, they're going to start having, I believe, weekly, maybe daily, episodes of their podcast that kind of go along with the series. So I'm really excited for that. If you are interested in doing something like this, I'd encourage you to find like a friend, a loved one, so maybe somebody in your church who you can go through this study with, or like, go through the Bible with, so that you can hold each other accountable. Even if you don't have somebody that you're going to do the study with, at least find somebody who will text you daily or every other day and say, hey, just want to make sure you're keeping up with your study plan. But that brings me to another point. Don't feel like if you have skipped a day, you can't make up for it. I did the Advent study from Daily Grace Co. this past month, and there was one time where I got a week behind because of work. It just got really crazy, and I spent a few days catching up, and so I would do like a few days worth of entries for several days just because I got behind. So don't feel like if you miss a few days, if you miss a week, don't feel like you can't catch up. And you also don't have to feel like you need to catch up just so you can finish within the 365 days. If you plan to read through the Bible in a year and it ends up taking 18 months, that's fine. Just being able to commit to it and stick to it from start to finish is really, I think, better than just giving up. So that is my second goal. Like I said, I'm more of a night owl, and so excuse me, I don't plan to go through this in the mornings, like after, or like before or after my workout. I plan to do this in the evenings after my son has gone to bed, just because by that point I'm way more awake. If I try to do this in the morning, like after my workout, I know I'm not going to really retain a lot of it. So yeah, those are my 2 New Year's resolutions. I think that, like I said, having just 2 goals, it's not a bad thing, because it really will allow me to kind of like build up some disciplines in other ways. So yeah, that was my first video. Comment below if you have any suggestions, if you have any questions or comments. I would love to see you subscribe as well. I plan to do videos on motherhood, on my journey reading through the Bible in a year, possibly even some workout videos, even though I'm not really an expert in that. But yeah, I am also really passionate about like non-toxic living and that kind of stuff, and like ways to save money and thrifting and antiquing. So I'm just really excited for this channel because I see myself posting lots of different kinds of videos. So I hope you all have a wonderful day and a great rest of 2022. Bye.